Hi, hello students. In this video, we are going to discuss the concepts of Bohr's atomic model, its merits and demerits. So before going to watch my video, please subscribe my channel Wow Academy for Physics and share to your friends. So in order to overcome the drawbacks of Rutherford atomic model, Bohr scientist introduced his atomic model. The first postulates of the Bohr's atomic model is circular orbits and number of electrons in it. So as of the Bohr's explanation, electrons are revolving around the positively charged nucleus in well-defined paths are called orbits, and each orbit is denoted by the symbol capital K, capital L, capital M and so on. These also can be written as n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3, so on respectively. And coming to the number of electrons present in a main shell is given by the formula 2n square, where n is called principal quantum number. So in the first main energy level, which is capital K shell, we can accommodate maximum of 2 1 square number of electrons, which is equal to 2 number of electrons. In the similar way, in the second main energy level, capital L shell, we can accommodate 2 into 2 square, maximum of 8 number of electrons. In the similar way, in the third main energy level, capital M shell, we can accommodate 2 into 3 square number of electrons, 18 number of electrons respectively. And coming to the second postulates of the Bohr's atomic model, energy of the orbits and stationary shell. So according to the Bohr's, each orbit is associated with the fixed amount of energy. See, let us consider the first shell consisting of the energy E1, second shell consisting of the energy E2, and the third shell consisting of the energy E3 and so on. See what the thing is going to be happen in this explanation. So whenever the electron is revolving around the nucleus, definitely it should radiate the energy, it should lose the energy. As a result, what will happen? Electron will comes closer to the nucleus, finally it will fall down into the nucleus. As a result, atom will collapse. So this thing is not happening in the practical life. So in order to overcome this problem, Bohr explained that each shell is consisting of fixed amount of energy. As a result, whenever the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, it should not be radiate the energy in the form of electromagnetic wave. As a result, so the revolving electron will not fall down in the nucleus. And the next point is, as the n value, small n value increases, energy of the main shell and the radius of the shell will be increases. So capital K shell will consisting of least energy level and capital M shell consisting of maximum energy level among K, L, M respectively. So when the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, they should not be radiate the energy. Hence we are calling those main energy levels are the stationary shells. And coming to the third postulates, condition for emission and absorption spectra. So when the electrons gains the energy, it will jump from lower energy level to higher energy level. As a result, absorption spectra will be formed. When the electron will loses the energy, it will jump from higher energy level to lower energy level. As a result, emission spectra will be formed. Amount of energy emitted or absorbed, it can be written as the difference of energy values E2 minus E1, which will be is equal to h into nu, where h is called Planck's constant. The h value is 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second, which also equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 27 joules, 27 erg second, where nu is called frequency. From the wave velocity equation, c can be written as wavelength into frequency. From this, frequency can be written as c by lambda. So after substituting the value of frequency, we will have h into c by lambda, where h is called Planck's constant, c is called electromagnetic wave velocity, and lambda is the wavelength of the electromagnetic wave. Nu is the frequency of the electromagnetic wave. And coming to the quantization of angular momentum, so the quantization of the angular momentum of a revolving electron is the integral multiple of h by 2 pi, and this can be calculated by using the formula mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, where m is mass of the electron, v is velocity of the electron, r is radius of the electron, radius of the path, and n is the principal quantum number, h is the Planck's constant, and we know the h value, pi value, which is 3.14. And the last thing is, and coming to the demerits to the Bohr's atomic model, it is failed to explain for the account of line spectra. See, whenever we are going to observe the spectrum on the spectroscope, see, spectrum will be split into finer lines in the presence of the electric field and the magnetic field. This thing was not explained by the Bohr's atomic model. Splitting of spectra in the presence of the electric field is called Stark effect, and splitting of spectra in the presence of the magnetic field is called as Zeeman effect. These things are not explained by the Bohr's atomic model, and whatever the postulates were explained by the Bohr's, it is suitable for the hydrogen atom. That's why we are considering Bohr's atomic model of hydrogen atom. So thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel, Wow Academy for Physics. Thank you.